Good evening. Try again. Good evening. I was a bit premature then. Welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. Happy Monday. Have you been out somewhere? Bank holiday Monday. Where have you been? Let me know where you've been. I like to know where you're up to and what you're doing on your bank holiday Monday. We were just discussing whether you were still shopping if hubby was at home. Mick said to me, I said, am I expecting boxes again next week now you're back at work? I was like, what are you talking about? Boxes. I never get anything delivered. Walked in, it was like an Amazon warehouse. Honestly, the boxes everywhere. Anyway, right, let me introduce you to the team for tonight. First of all, we've got our Sophie on cameras tonight. There she is. Oh, fancy little wave there. We've got Amber producing.
Hello.
Hello. So Amber told me before I went on holiday not to buy any more chocolate biscuits on the way over from home. So I didn't. Walked into the warehouse. Where is she? Should see the biscuits in the warehouse. Honestly, they could open their own shop. There's like, what, 15 packets of biscuits? There's loads of them. So she keeps sneaking in there for a biscuit. Right, let me tell you where you can watch us and how to shop, and then we can get stuck in to the goodies that we've got for you in this hour. We've got a cracking deal if you want a starter kit for your Sospeso and to dip your toe in. Right, so you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, I'm going to show you a product, and that product will have been allocated a code, and all you'll need to do to purchase that product is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, and that will automatically pop that item into a basket for you. Then we're going to send you a direct message, and in that message you'll find a link. Click the link and that will take you to our website, where I need you to log into your account first and then check out, please. Logging in is super important because it means you get club benefits. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, we have a club here at Highlight Crafts, you know. And when you first shop with us, just open an account, you will automatically get 5% discount on every order. As you spend X amount, you'll go up to the second tier and then you'll get 10% off. It's good that, isn't it? On all orders. Doesn't matter whether it's £500 or £5, makes no difference. You'll get that discount off. And you also get loyalty points for every pound that you spend. And on a basket spend over £35, we pay the postage for you as well, which is great, isn't it? All the good stuff. And there's no fee for the club either. So just sign up. Really, really easy to do. Excuse me. If you would prefer to shop with us directly on our website, just head over to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts to stream, you'll see the items in that show appear down the right hand side of your screen. You then simply select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they'll appear in a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. And when you're ready to log in and check out, just click on that bag and that will take you through that process. Now, if you don't want to miss any shows, you can just type the word live into the comments right now. And that gives us permission to send you a little ping to your phone every time we go live, so you don't miss anything. And if you really, really, really don't want to miss out on any of the deals, you can shop ahead from midnight. Are we doing Pictionary, Amber? All right, we'll do Pictionary in about 10 minutes time. How about that? Right, I want to talk to you first of all about this Sospeso Trasparente. And this was a brand that Stephanie and Diane discovered at Frankfurt earlier on this year in January. I don't know where August gone. I can't believe it was January when they went to Frankfurt, and it's not far off that again, is it? It's mad. And it's an Italian lady called Monica Allegro, and she has developed a plastic film that when you heat it, it shrinks. Well, it doesn't shrink, it molds. Okay, so heat allows it to mold. Now, there's been products out like this before, but this is a completely different technology. And the reason I know that, for one thing, is it's patented. If this was a copy of the original, that wouldn't even come into, there wouldn't even be a thing. So we do know that this is a different product than has been previous. And Stephanie was involved in that previous product and then couldn't get the elements that you need to make it, etc., etc., and it kind of disappeared. And what she's done is brought this back. Now, I love this because we bring you lots and lots of different ones. And the thing that you really need when you're starting a new craft is the right tools for the right job. Because if you don't have the right tools, it might go wrong. You'll blame yourself. You spent all that money. You'll feel bad about it and it'll sit in the cupboard, right? We've all done it. So what we've done today for you is we've bundled the embossing pad, which is exactly what you need to be able to mould and shape and form these flowers. You're also going to get your tools. I'll talk to you more because we're going to jump straight into demo on this. You've got your tools there, and then you've got your sheet with all the flowers on them. Now you can cut them on the Scan and Cut. I'm going to try and film something for you. Just so that it makes it a little bit easier because it's a little bit of a process. So we'll try and get that in, trying to get everything in before Andrew goes off. I know, on paternity leave again, I'm like, no. But we'll do our best. So I'm going to take you over to demo because I want you to see this in action because it's brilliant. So come with me. So what you need is, and I'm having to use a glue gun that I don't like because I can't find all the others. I don't know where they are. I found one, but no cable. Only been off a week. So what you do is you take your sheet, your transparent sheet, just with a pair of scissors, you can cut round them, okay? You can do them on your Scan and Cut if you prefer to, but other than that, in fact, Amber, will you remind me tomorrow, are you doing any of the Scan and Cut shows with me tomorrow, darling? Will you remind me and I'll show Sospeso in one of the shows?
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, brilliant, right, that's it. Don't let me forget, because I will. Sospeso.
Yeah,
that one, Trasparente, right, can't say it. Right, so this is what they look like when you've cut them out, okay? Now, even if you cut them out with a pair of scissors, you don't need to be that accurate, but look at the accuracy of that, and that's been cut out on the Scan and Cut. Clever that, isn't it? But because the edge is transparent, it really doesn't matter, all right? So you can do it with a pair of scissors and you don't need to be that accurate. What I like to do is then just cut in a little bit further. So if I've cut in there, this bit then has got like this angled bit, this sharp bit on it. So what I want to do is just trim that round, okay? And then I'm going to cut into that one. Even though I'm cutting it through a different petal, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to notice it, all right? So you've got your flower. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take, you can use a heat gun if you prefer to use a heat gun. However, I would say if you are going to use a heat gun, you need one that has a stand on it, because what you need to do, this doesn't stay flat moldable for very long, okay? You can go back to it and mold it again and again and again and again, but initially it doesn't hold, it doesn't keep the heat and make it moldable for very long. So imagine you've got your heat gun here, you have to pick it up, turn it on, get it hot, hold this in front of it like that, put this down, turn the heat gun off, put the heat gun down and then mold it. It's too late. So if you've got a heat gun with a stand, you can just keep it on. All right, so that's what I would recommend. Now the mat is the perfect consistency for what you need to mold this plastic. It's also made from quite a different material, so the plastic doesn't stick to it. And also you're going to get the tools. So you're going to get your very large ball tool and your tiniest one, and then your two medium ones come on the other one, and they're wooden, and that's really important because again, this is plastic. If you put metal on a warm plastic, it's going to stick. So it's important that you've got the right tools. And you know what, for $14.99 to get the mat, the tools and the sheet of flowers is fabulous value for money. So all I'm going to do is place this, and you can see that petal straight away. Can you see how it just starts to move? Don't worry if you get a bit of smoke. It'll just burn itself out, and then all you're going to do is just roll that plastic, okay? So you're just going to roll it into that mat. Now where it burnt there, can you see? Yeah, we don't want to do that. That was me getting too close to the flame because I'm working, can't see it when I do that. So let's do that one again. Super easy to do. Just don't catch the flame. There's a clue, right? I'd still use it though, because you get all sorts of different flowers, don't you? Right, so let's do it a bit at a time. So let's just soften those three at the bottom, and I'm going to go in with my medium ball tool. And you don't need an ology, you don't need a degree. It's literally, you mould it, and that's it. It's super, super easy to do. If you want something that is going to be a little bit different, make your project stand out. If you like making jewellery, if you like doing your mixed media on your canvases, think about adding these in. Think about, you know, when we brought you the, what was the rodeo one called? Was it Rhinestone Rodeo? Think about that and all the flowers on their hats that you could decorate up. Okay, so you get to a stage where you've got a flower that looks a bit like that. And if you're not happy with it, you can reheat that and take it back to its original form. But we're going to build up a flower here. So let me do one more, and then I'm going to take down the counter, and then we'll come back and we will we'll finish this off. We'll make sure you've got time to do that. So I'm just snipping in and just tidying up as I go, okay? And this just gives it a little bit more movement and allows it to be a little bit more flexible as it's heating. So we're going to take this, we're going to pop it over here. We're just going to let that get warm, and then we're just going to press that down. If you're somebody that likes a glass of wine, shall we say, or you've got a favourite tipple, now save all the bottles and use them to decorate these with, because honestly they look fabulous when they're all decorated up. I know our Amber, when we did the first show, I did a lovely tray. I just went and bought a wooden tray from Tesco's and decorated it all up, and she's desperate to take it home. Aren't you? So all we're doing now is pushing in, okay? And then I'm just going to put it over the flame really quickly to get that centre, and then push that down. Now you could pop that one in the middle of there if you wanted to. That'd look quite nice. So let's just do that bit. I'm going to use a horrible glue gun because I don't know where all my chargers are. I think they hide them. But there were two in the Sospeso box, or where they've gone, I don't know. And I'm just going to push that in. Now you can use the tiny ball tool for this as well and get that moldability. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you how you can put a centre in there with some of the crystal glass. So that's how you start to make your Sospeso flowers. I'm just going to blow that candle out because I don't want that setting the smoke alarm off, because that wouldn't be good, would it? Just doing Sospeso, it's all right, not burning the tea. Right, let's go and have a look what else we've got on this show for you. So let me just stay there, Sophie. I'm just going to grab some card. We've got 3 different trimmers for you tonight. We've got our 5-in-1, which is your, bear with, trimmer. So you've got your guillotine with the finger guard. What I love about this is when it's locked up here, you can't press it down. Okay, so you've got little fingers, can't come along and just go like that, because when you lift the handle, it locks, and you just pull the handle out slightly to then be able to cut. So you've got your cutting side, your guillotine. On the other side, you've got your scoreboard. You've also got a corner rounder. You've also got a perforation line and a wavy line. So that changes what that blade is in there. And then you've also got in here a bone folder and a little tool, like a triangular tool that will make boxes. And we've blown up the instructions. If you head to the website, go to this product, you'll be able to download the instructions that's on that little triangle, but bigger, because it's easier to see, right? Now, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, I have got a brand new posh card for you, and it's heavier than the last one. Listen, I'm going to say that is probably a 320, 340 card. It's thick. So let's see how it stacks up, shall we? So lift that up. This is your cutting edge here. So you've got your steel down there, and let's see how fine we can go. Press down, pull this out, remember, and then press down. Look how fine that is. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Love a trimmer that cuts that fine. That's my first test. That's what I always do when I get a new one. So, will it work with heavyweight cardstock? Absolutely it will. Let's see what it scores like on the heavyweight. Oh, I'm glad the tool's in. Oh, now I can't get it out because I've got stupid nails on. Bear with, give us a minute. Tweezers. If in doubt. There we are, see? Love a pair of tweezers. Right, so scoring wise, let's see how this card scores for you. So if I just score at, let's let's just go at 7. So I'm going to start here, make a little mark like that, so I know which groove I'm in. Pull it back slightly, very slightly, and then you can get right up to the top like that. And then when you fold that over, it gives you that lovely professional spine. So yes, absolutely, the scoring tool is strong enough and the grooves are good enough for you to be able to then create your own. I'll show you what this looks like. Now, when you're using a trimmer, whether you realise it or not, you should always start with the blade nearest you and push away from you, because whether you realise it or not, the closer you get to your body, your elbow lifts and the less pressure you put on it. And then you can just tear that. So it perforates even through that really heavyweight, and it is heavyweight cardstock, and it's on a cracking price. Now you can see there, got a little bit of fluffiness in there, but you know what, a little bit more pressure. These counters are really high for me. I have to stand up like that. I once had to do a punching show, that sounds bad, doesn't it? A show where we were selling punches, and they had to literally get me to stand on a box because I couldn't reach the counter, couldn't get over the top of the punch to punch it through. Right, if you want that one, my friends, now then, you've got a £15 discount on this today. Oh, the other thing I haven't told you, which is very remiss of me, is if you spend over £50 in one transaction, you get a £5 credit. Good, down it, an extra £5 off. If you spend £100, you get an extra £10 off. But if you've already spent £50 today and you spend £50 again, you'll get another £5 off. Good, down it. No, bank holiday specials and all that. Right, so that's your first trimmer. Now then, second one. This is a little, what we call a V-blade trimmer. So if I turn this over, you'll see that little blade there, right there, shaped like a little V, and it's really sharp, okay, like really, really sharp. Also on the side, you'll see here on this tool, there's a little groove that just dips in there, you see, and it's on both sides. That shows you where the blade is underneath there. So if I wanted to, for example, to take a piece of card, let's cut this down first of all, so this lifts up, which is good, I like that. There's nothing worse, is there, than a trimmer where it doesn't lift up, it drives me crazy. Right, so cuts look beautifully. Now then, if I wanted to cut a 2 centimetre aperture, I'm going to put it on 2 centimetres there, like that. And I'm going to bring the blade down and turn it around and show you, so that that little nodule there, that little recess, is on the 2 centimetre. Okay, so it's lining up here with that. Then you're going to press down, and you're going to pull it towards you, and I'm keeping a note, so it's on 15, so I want to stop at 13. Okay, so right the way down. Now, I'm not coming on here and saying these are the best trimmers I've ever used, you need it in your life, because you all know that I use a Caterpillar, right? But can't do this on a Caterpillar. So it's one of the few things that you can't do. So let me get that to there again, like that. I'm going to bring this up to, I'm going to push it back up now, I've got it straight. That'll do for now. I'd normally mark it off, but it is what it is right now. But I have to say, this is useful, because if you don't own dies, or you don't want to get all your dies out, and you just want to do a little bit of crafting, this is something that you might just pick up. You know, if you've got like little sentiment stamps, things like that, and you just want to cut those out, and you can see how you can work your way around and start to make yourself an aperture, which sometimes we need an aperture, don't we? And we don't always want to get our die cutting machine out, so you can do it with something like a V-blade trimmer. Now, you will have to change the blades in this, obviously, because it doesn't self-sharpen, because there's no steel for it to work against. But actually, you know what? It's a good little trimmer. How much is it? £17.99, yeah, you know what? It's worth a punt, that, I think, especially if you go out and craft and you don't want to take your big trimmer. That's the only thing with the Caterpillar, because I had the Pro and the Crop, and they're both at work now, but it's where'd you put them? I know, because when I was at home, they used to go behind my craft room door, and I've got to find space. And you'd think we'd have loads of space, wouldn't you? Yeah, we haven't. There you go. So, I've got a little bit of shave in there, that's because I moved the card. But look, you can cut a really, really accurate little aperture out of there. It's good, isn't it? I'll tell you what this would be good for. Somebody who does a lot of cross stitch. You know, when you do cross stitch and then you want to put it inside a card, something like that's brilliant. And you might not be a paper crafter, but that will work brilliantly for you. So if you want that one, shop paper $17.99 right now. This trimmer blew my mind the other day, and I was really surprised by it because of the quality for the price. So first of all, it's metal. Okay, so it's not plastic. Now normally when I've had a rotary trimmer before, a V-blade trimmer will tear the card to get through it. A rotary blade is better because it will rotate and it will cut through. Something like the little trimmer is brilliant to have because doesn't cost you a lot of money, and it's something that you can use every now and again. It might be just the little trimmer that you keep on your desk. This is a rotary blade, and normally when I've had a rotary trimmer before, you've got a plastic strip that goes down the middle, and you push your blade down and you push away, and it cuts into that cutting strip. It's like a self-healing mat, if you like. But then you have to change the blade and you have to change the cutting strip. And the worst thing about that is once you've got something like this that's plastic and you're putting any amount of pressure on it, if there's a gap, if your cut line is in the middle of there, when you press down, those rulers will splay. Okay. On this, they've just done this as a finger guard. This trimmer, guys, honestly, if I didn't have the Caterpillar, this would be one that I would be buying because it's absolutely phenomenal. So through the thicker card now, I'm just going to show you what I mean about your elbow, all right, and cutting away from you rather than pulling towards you. So if you watch my arm now, just watch my elbow. If I press down and pull towards me, look what happens to my elbow as it comes back. Can you see how it lifts? What we need to do, so if I cut, I mean, it will cut, don't get me wrong, but if you ever think, why is it doing that? Press down and push away. And look how fine, again, but that is perfect. Let's see if we can go finer, shall we? You know what I'm like? I like testing a trimmer. I'm all about testing the tools. I don't want to sell you something unless I really love it. Now then, look at that. That, I tell you now, this is one of the best rotary, forget Caterpillar, not including that in the scenario, but this will be one of the best, well, actually, the best rotary trimmer, excluding the Caterpillar, that I have ever used. And I've used a lot of rotary cutters in my time. So until, Caterpillar came out, 8 years ago, maybe, 9 years ago now? I must have gone through, I don't know, 4 or 5 trimmers a year. Can imagine, can't you, how much card we cut down? But this is absolutely superb. I was really surprised. When Amanda and I did it the other day, I was like, it's a trimmer, you know what I'm like. Once you fall in love with one product, it's hard to get your head around something else. This, absolutely fabulous, and it's $17.99, which is amazing. Now, I don't know how often you'll have to change the blades because we haven't had it long enough, but there is a steel there, which tells me that there might be some kind of sharpening going on. So if you've got a steel there and your blade's going up against it, as long as that's harder than that, it will sharpen it. But I have to say that as a little trimmer is blinking brilliant. And if you think you've got space for it on your desk, grab one, because I don't think we can get any more of these. Bless you, Sophie. Sneezing. It's horrible, isn't it? It's like the worst. When's the worst time to sneeze?
I did it in an exam once.
Did you?
Yeah, I was trying really hard to hold it in. It came out really loud.
Did it?
Yeah, loads of people turned around and looked.
Driving for me. I hate it. I hate sneezing when I'm driving. Because you have to close your eyes, don't you? Right? You can't sneeze without closing your eyes. I know. Bad, isn't it? Right. Anyway, so whether you want your 5-in-1 or you want your little V trimmer, please. That, honestly, and you know what I'm like with tools, proper fussy. That, I'm very impressed with that. Right. If you want that one, it is Shop Trim. And it's $17.99. Right, let's just get all these little bits and bobs put back away. Okay, next we have 2 blank USBs for you. Now tomorrow we're bringing you Scan and Cut for your 3 hours that you're used to on a Tuesday now. We're going to do Winterberry Lane, Little Helpers, and the brand new, and I can't say it, what's Poor Dogs? Portastic?
Is it positively?
Positively.
Yeah, perfect.
That's the bit I couldn't get. I'm going pause. I couldn't get my head around it. Positively perfect, which are little dogs. They're really cute. And yes, we will be doing more. We'll have a conversation about that tomorrow. Anyway, back to this. 2 8 gig USBs. Now, normally we bought you 2 4 gig. We have increased the volume on them, so we've doubled the size of them. You can get 2 of them for $14.99. These are the ones that I use day in, day out. If we have USBs written, so if we actually send them off to be written and we sell it to you as a USB rather than a digital download, these are the USBs that they use for that. Okay, so you know that they're a good quality product and you're going to get a lot on each of those, whether it's Micro Studio, SVGs, whatever you use them for, but 2 for that price, and you know they're compatible with Scan and Cut. That's the thing, right? It's got to be compatible. So if you want those, shop USB, $14.99. Now then, this, if you're starting to think about stocking fillers for Christmas, I know, but look how quickly August's gone. Then the kids will go back to school. Then it'll be October and Halloween. Then it'll be bonfire night, and then you know where we are. Now then, this is brilliant. I have something very similar to this at home, and the difference that it can make to your skin is actually quite remarkable, because when you think you've cleaned all your makeup off, yeah, this shows you that you haven't quite. It's amazing. Now, in here, you're getting different heads. So it comes with the buffer head in there as well. So exfoliating, and it is gentle. You also then get your massage head that you just interchange. Isn't that fabulous? And these are like little plastic balls. Oh, that's going to be really nice. Oh, I do like using mine, I must admit. Oh, then we have the brush. So this is what you get right into those pores with. Not these pores, these pores. And you also have your sponge in there as well. So $9.99 is going to get you this. What a brilliant Christmas gift, birthday gift for a teenager. You know, when they just go through that stage where they struggle with the skin, and you're sick of having to tell them that you need to do this and you need to do that, and they're like, yeah, mum. That is brilliant. As a stocking filler for Christmas, I could get one of those for Sammy. I could probably get 5 or 6 of them and give them out to family members, but it's $9.99, which is mad, isn't it? $9.99 shop brush, 4-in-1, really good brand as well, professional skincare brand. So if you want that, shop brush, $9.99. Right, I'm going to come down here because I've shown you the Sauce Besso. We do have extra little elements that you can add into that, and I would highly recommend getting these. And you know what I'm like, if you don't need it, I won't sell it here. But this is really cool. So in this kit, you're going to get your small glass crystal. Now it is glass, but it's not sharp. I know, it's clever. Look, you can do that. Press down really quite hard. Just feels like rock salt. And then they do a bigger one. Now this, I think, is going to be absolutely fabulous for upcycling your baubles at Christmas. Isn't that fantastic? It's just like shards of crystal glass. So you're getting the small and the large, and you get small and medium, and you get 100 grams of each. Then you're also going to get your gel. Now this is like a gel resin. So you drop this in the middle of your flowers, and then you put these on top. They will sink into that resin and they'll look like they've gone clear. But when they dry, they come back to this colour. Now, that's brilliant, but what if you want them different colours? So what we've done this time is bundled it for you with these. So all you're going to do is take the lid off, pop a few of the crystals into one of these like this. And I'm going to say, start with 1 drop of alcohol ink. And I mean 1 drop, okay? Not a squirt. Amanda did it the other day, it was everywhere. 1 drop in there, give it a shake, get it that colour everywhere. Open this up, and all of those will be that colour that you've added with that alcohol ink. So now you can have whatever colour of centre flower you want, which is brilliant. I've been desperate to bundle it with those because it's a really cool thing to do. And most of us have got alcohol inks, haven't we? whatever we're using them for. I've had mine for years and years and years. But we do have them on the website, and they're usually on a really good deal. So both of those, plus the gel, plus 50 of those. This is going to be fantastic. But think about this for your frost and your ice for Christmas as well. It's a different texture. It's really cool. Right, if you want that one, it is Shock Crystal. It's $35.96, but that's going to, I mean, these are the first tubs. So I've done quite a few Sospeso shows. I've certainly made loads of flowers. It's been to Doncaster, done all of those shows as well. Plus whatever Amanda's done with it, etc. And we're still on the same bag, so it will last you a long, long time. Shock Crystal, $35.96. Right, now then, this is a deal and a half. If you are into your clay, this is tremendous value for money. So first of all, the Primo self-hardening clay. So you don't need to bake this. It doesn't need to go in an oven or into a kiln. You're going to get a terracotta, a black and a white, and each one of them is 1 kilogram. So you're getting 3 kilograms of clay just to start with. Then you're going to get your rolling pin, which is super cool because you need to be able to roll that clay out. But we've also included a pasta maker. Now, we haven't got a lot of these, but if you want it, I suggest you pop it into your basket and get it checked out, because we literally, well, I'll tell you, we've got 3 of them, all right? So you want your clay, your rolling pin and your pasta maker. Comes with a separate attachment. Now, it might be that you're going to use your clay for your craft, but you're going to use your pasta maker as a pasta maker. Who knew, right? Surprise, surprise. On the other side as well, look, you can make spaghetti and tortellini. Not tortellini, what's the other one?
Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle, that's the one. Yeah, absolutely. So all of those. Isn't that cool? So this comes off, this goes on. And to change the size, because this threw me a little bit, the width, you pull this out and then you turn it, okay? And it will lock back in place. So if I pull it out, you'll see there's a little piece of metal just at the front there. It needs to drop back into that, because you can't just do it like that. I spent about 15 minutes going, how do I do that? And then read the instructions. Funny what happens when you read the instructions, isn't it? It tells you what to do. I know, for the whole week about Mick's like, why don't you do it like this? I'm like, because I'm doing it. Back off. No, we had a lovely week. Right, so if you want that, Shock Clay, $36.99 for all of that. Those are £10 each. So for $6.99, you're getting a rolling pin. You've got your attachment to put it onto your work surface or your desk, and your pasta machine for £6.99 before your discount. That's mad. Mad, mad, mad. Don't miss out on that. Really good. What? Yeah, because your clay is £10 each. So you take £30 off $36.99 and you're left with $6.
Overall, I just paid £6.99.
No.
That's a bargain.
No, you paid $6.99 for a pasta maker and a rolling pin. That's a bargain. Right, shall we do Pictionary? Come on then, let's do it. And then I've got something really cool to show you. Go on then. Give me a nice one, please, Amber. Oh, here she goes. I get scared when I'm... Good grief. Okay, right, hang on. Let's have a look. So we need a handle like that. I think she forgets I don't have pictures. Let me think about this. What does this look like? I have to think about it now, don't I? What it looks like. I can't picture that. Right, we'll do this. I don't think they're going to get this, Amber. It's in the kitchen, and you use it normally. It's not bad. On eggs, cream. It's not bad, is it? Back. Right, now then, let me introduce you to this. This is super cool. I'm having this. Right, so organisation, right? I've been doing that while I've been off, literally organise the house from top to bottom. So you're going to get the caddy. It comes with it. So I would have my Purdy and Fig bottles in here, different one for each room. Then you've got a place here for water, if that's what you want, or this could just go on your work surface. You get this. These are brilliant. If you've never had one of these are really cool, because you just put your water and your washing up liquid in there, and then it feeds into the bristles. We desperately need a new one of these, so I'm definitely having this because this is fab. You're also going to get the little scrubber heads, so you can interchange and have the scrubber heads on, or you can have this one on for getting right into those nooks and crannies. You also get the little tray with it, so it all stacks, so you could have that separate if you wanted to, because you could have that just on the side. You wouldn't need to have it inside of the caddy. You could use your caddy for something else. I'm thinking that's going to end up in my craft room straight away, isn't it? But that all together, isn't that fabulous? And I like the fact that it's grey, it's neutral. I like that. I think that's really cool. Shop caddy, $16.98. You need one of these for your new house,
I do, just
don't you?
that,
Right?
yeah.
$16.99, and it's neutral, isn't it? Again, really, I know it's a boring Christmas gift, but it's a stocking filler, right? Well, there's nothing worse, is there, going out to a shop and having to buy yourself one of them. But I think that's brilliant. I'll tell you what else as well. If you've got children going away to university and they're house sharing, that's going to be brilliant, because they could have that separate to anything else, couldn't they? All the cleaning stuff in there. I would absolutely, if that was Jack now, thank goodness it's not yet, I'd fill it with all the cleaning products, put that, he'd probably go, yeah, thanks, Nan. And then he'd ring me up in a month and go, I'm really glad you bought me that, because all the other people are really messy. I know what he'd do. That, I think, is brilliant. Shop caddy, $16.98. Now then, the other thing that I invested in is this. We have quite narrow stairs, and we've had the treads carpeted because they were slippy and wood. And once we had Alice, we were like, yeah, that's not happening, because I've fallen down those stairs and it hurts a lot. So we had the treads carpeted, but there's a gap about that big at the sides, and it drives me crazy. This is blinking brilliant. So it's rechargeable. I also use it for my car, in the footwell of the car. You know, when you get all of that just bits appear from nowhere. It has two settings. So first one, good, look. Second one, it's even higher pressure, look at that. Oh, well held. Tell it was in the netball team, can't you? So that, I think, is absolutely brilliant. You just plug it in, literally, it charges up. All those really awkward little bits, back of the settee, you know, but up your stairs, there's nothing worse, is there, than trying to lug a big vacuum cleaner up the stairs, and it's not safe. That, I think, is fantastic. I actually have it. I keep it in the boot of my car now. It never comes out apart from when I'm doing the stairs, and then it goes back in again. It's like, why don't you just leave it in the house? I'm like, because I'm not here very often. That, I think, is fantastic. Now, $24.99 for that. Honestly, amazing value for money. I've looked at other ones and they're like £80-90. That does the job. David has one by his desk, suctioning up all his glitter and his resin bits and all sorts of other stuff. But yeah, brilliant product. Shop Clean, $24.99. Now, one more thing, and then we'll go back and do some more of the sauce pesto. Oh no, we need to do the embossing folders too. A non-slip mat for inside your cupboards. So lightweight, non-slip material makes it perfect for all-round use. Can be cut into any size to fit in drawers, cupboards, tables, fridges, workspaces and more. Protects surface area from scratches and general wear and tear. So it's smooth on one side, and then it's got these little nodules, you can hear it, listen, on the other side. How cool is that? It's clever, isn't it? Just need stuff like that sometimes in drawers, don't you? You know, when it all slides from one side to the other and it's really annoying. Let's see how big it is. 150, so that is 5 foot by 1.5 foot. That's big. Well, you know what, stuff it. Sam's gone home now. Oh, look at that. I'll tell you what else this will be really good for. Underneath your chairs. If you've got wheels on your chairs and you're on a carpet, it'll help your chair slide better, because I used to have something like this under mine. Brilliant. Right, so you're going to get that, and you're also going to get that mat. Shower, maybe? I know it's only little, but you don't need a big shower mat, do you? Anti-slip draining mat. Protects sink bottoms and worktops from scratches and dents. Oh, now that's a good shout. In the bottom of your sink. Okay, so you're getting both of them for £9.99. That's crazy value for money. Good though, right? We like that. Right, do we need to do embossing folders or do we need to just do Sospeso, Amber? Let's go to the embossing folders. Oh, they're limited stock. Oh, heck. Okay. Karen says, hi Mel, I need to contact you about a question I've got regarding using my brother's scan and cut machine. How is best to contact you? Love, Karen. Just email me, darling, mel@highlightcrafts.com, please. And I'll have a look at that. Evening all, welcome back, Mel. Thank you. Missed you last week. First show of the day here, been so busy. Firstly, at the allotment, collecting plums and pears, then roasting tomatoes at home for sauce. Looking forward to the scan and cut shows tomorrow. Highlight, in inverted commas, of my week. Very good. I'm going to be doing scan and cut on Hobbycraft TV as well. I know. How exciting is that news? Tell you that was the hardest secret to keep. Right, are they in rows of 4?
Yes.
Lovely. So, first form, we do have, bear with, some samples for some of them as well. So, this is lovely, the rope design. Look at that, it's really subtle. I don't even know if you'll be able to pick it up on the camera. It's really, really subtle. Let me try and move. There you go. There's your rope effect. How lovely is that? Now, that is a nice card just as it is, you know, without adding any gilding waxes to it, but you could if you wanted to. But how much nicer is that it's got that texture in the background rather than it just being a flat piece of black card. Love that. So that's your first one. Nice for men's cards as well, that. Your second one has got the little buzzy bee on top of the rose. Then you've got this one, which I think is fabulous. Look at the clock face there. Isn't that lovely on mirror? Really nice, isn't it? And how simple is that? Literally 1 pass-through for your embossing, a little bit of stencil work, and that's your card done. Great, aren't they? And then last but by no means least in this set, you've got your happy birthday. Now, this is done on that 300, I'm going to say that's at least 320, if not 340. It's thick. It's going to be brilliant for construction and things like that, but for your card blanks as well. I mean, that's embossed beautifully. It's not a 3D embossing folder either, but you've managed to get that lovely depth, and that's really hard to do. You'll see most people use a thinner weight cardstock when they're embossing, but you can see from the back the deboss is really good on these as well. Obviously not with Happy Birthday because it's back to front, but you know what I mean. But yes, just fabulous. Now, all 4 of them for $12.99 before your discount. Don't forget you're going to get your discount off that as well, which is brilliant. Right, so that's your first set. Second set is this one. So you've got that lovely butterflies on there with the florals, and then you've got the grass at the bottom and almost the foliage just hugging that frame at the top. You're then also going to get this one, which is lovely. I love this one. This one for your autumn leaves is going to look stunning. But we've just used it in the background there, and it's just added, again, that texture to the background. You can just see it in the background there. Very subtle, but very pretty. And sometimes, for men's cards especially, you don't want something blingy and bright and jazzy and funky for the background, do you? You just want something that's quite elegant and masculine, I guess. Then you've got, thank you. You're welcome. This is lovely. And again, what a simple card. Just running it through your die cutting machine. Now, on the Pro Cut, I used 2 3mm plates and my magnetic shim. And it gave me that in 1 pass. So that was the combination I used for them. 2 3mm plates. I tried it with the rubber mat. It just stretched the rubber mat. There wasn't much point to it. So I went in with my magnetic shim instead, and that worked a treat. So absolutely, it'll work on your thicker cards as well. And then you've also got your flower frame. This will be a nice one because you could cut inside there and recess a photograph behind it if you wanted to. Now, we are doing some scrapbooking this week. Hannah and myself, I'm presenting and Hannah is guesting. I think it's me and Hannah on Saturday as well this week. That'll be carnage. Anytime me and Hannah get together, it's chaos. So that'll be hilarious this Saturday. And then your last set here now. So we've got your little cherries. Cute for teenage cards, that one as well. You've got the rose with the bee on again. Is that right, Amber?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Then you've also got your tree, quite a stylised tree. I like that though, with the little hearts on. It's cute, isn't it? And then you've got your big rose down the side. Now you could, if you opened up your piece of card, remember that this edge here is going to be your score line. Just do that part there, snip it away, and then you've got the emboss at the front of your card. Piece of construction weight acetate behind it, and then you can decorate it up. If you want that one, Shop Garden, $12.99. I mean, it's just crazy, crazy value, isn't it? Right, shall we go and do anything else? Sospeso? Come on then, let's go and have another play at these flowers. So let's make another flower in case you missed it at the beginning. And then what we will do is we'll do a couple of leaves and then we'll do the gel. So let's do this the other way around this time. Let's use this type of flower. So again, I'm just cutting into that petal. You don't have to do this bit if you don't want to, but I'm just proper fussy. I know what I'm like. I've known myself for long enough now, I think. There's no point, isn't it? I'm just like, resistance is futile. Just do what you need to do, honestly. But it's got to be right, isn't it? Right, so first one. Let's see if this tea light will light again. I don't know if they're good enough quality to do that, really. I need to make myself a candle. There you go. Right, now then. So, tea light. You want to get the petals about 3 to 4 centimetres away, and you can see immediately how that heat starts to affect them, and then you're just going to push in. Okay, and it's not something that you have to spend ages on. You literally can just do that if that's what you want to do. Then when I turn it over, you can still lift those petals a bit. Now what I tend to do when I've done a couple is hold them with my tweezers and then go in and do the next ones so it doesn't bend. It's just little tips that I've learnt as I've gone along. If you manage to get your the film the other day when we had that on a deal with the glue, the clear film, then brilliant. This is all about if you're a starter, or I'm gonna be really honest with you. This mat eventually will need replacing. All right, the tools probably won't, but at $14.99, you've got a £15 saving there. I'd be tempted to buy that and that just for that and get a spare set because that's crazy value. Anyway, it's up to you. You spend your money how you like, but I know what I'll be doing. Right, so we've then got this kind of flower here. Now, if you want to make that centre a little bit more prominent, just heat it up and press down. And the great thing is, because I don't really like that petal, I want to reshape it a little bit, so I can just go back in and do it. And I'm just going to use a smaller ball tool this time and just push that down. But it couldn't be easier. If you struggled in the past with making flowers, this is the easiest flower making you will ever do. It's easier than doing it with foam. It's easier than doing it with crepe paper. It's easier than doing it with, making your own dyes, etc., etc. Because you have to work, you have to like measure it, and you have to get the flower right, and blah blah blah. You have to do a bit of work. This does it for you, honestly, and it's so impressive when it's done. It's beautiful. Now, bear in mind there were decades of experience at Frankfurt with Stephanie and Diane there, because Stephanie's been doing this for a long time, as has Diane. And for this stand to stop them both in their tracks at a trade show where there are more stands than you could shake a stick at was quite a statement. And when Stephanie came back, she said, I've got some new flowers. I said, have you? She said, yeah, I want you to demonstrate them. I was like, okay. And then when I saw it, I was like, this is ridiculously easy, right? Ridiculously easy. So I've got both of them now. I'm going to I hate using this glue gun, but I can't find my others. It's all right, I'll find them when they're both back in tomorrow. And I'll be like, right, who nicked my glue gun? Because somebody did.
Do you always heat them up from the back?
Yes. We can heat it up from the front, and I'll show you what happens. Is that a question that's just come through?
No, that was from me.
Oh, was it?
Someone asked how you stick them together.
Hot glue. Hot glue or the gel that we've got on the show. It's entirely up to you. I prefer hot glue. I will say, though, if you are going to put these onto glass, your hot glue will go hard. Obviously, it'll set again, and you'll see it white. So I would definitely use the gel for putting them onto things like glass, things like that. Let's see what happens. I've never tried heating it this way, Sophie. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really make any difference. No, don't matter. Good question. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. When you do the film and you put the rice paper on it, so you can buy clear film, print your own onto rice paper, and then put it onto here. It bends in the opposite direction. So the rigidity of the rice paper, the stabilization that rice paper gives it, instead of bending down, it bends up like that. So you have to just push it back the other way. So those are your flowers. Okay, let's just do a couple of leaves. How long have we got? Oh, we've got plenty of time. We've got lots of time. All the time in the world. I'm going to press that down. I'm going to use the largest ball tool this time, and I'm literally just going to push it into that leaf. That's it. Okay? See what I mean? No skill needed. Press it down and just roll it, and then you've got your leaves. How fab is that? Why would you not want to just sit there? And do you know what? This is really nice because you can take it outside. So you can do it in the garden if you want to, which is lovely. Right, so let's get our little flowers. Now the gel, oh, I need to get my crystals. Stay there, so if I'm coming back. Here we go. This you can use straight out of the bottle, and I'm just going to pop it into the centre of these flowers. You will end up with this around the lid, okay? So you'll get a little bit of residue, and it'll want to stick, a bit like you get with your Cadence paints. Just clean it out. A bit of good housekeeping before you put it away is just to clean it out. And then I'm just going to drop from the bottle, so you can see how gelatinous this is. It's gloopy, look. And then you're just going to drop it into the middle, all right? So a couple of little drops like that. We'll put one in there like that. All right, that's all you need. So you can imagine how long this is the first bottle of this as well. You can imagine how long that's going to last. And then I've got my crystal in little containers. So when I drop it in, can you see it? Look, it sinks almost to the bottom and it looks like it's disappeared. It hasn't. It's just pushing into that resin gel. So you can push it down a little bit further if you like and add a bit more in. So just give it a little sprinkle like that and then leave it to set. And I would leave it a good 4 hours, something like that, I would say, because you don't want to ruin it, do you, for the sake of leaving it for a bit. And then we're going to drop those in there. Now, again, you can colour this. So we've bundled it for you with the 50 little Vivaplex boxes and this. You can see now it doesn't look much, does it, like there? Amber, will you just have a look in that box for me, please? Because I'm sure there's some in there that are done. And also, Amanda did some on baubles. I sat opposite and I'm like, please do some on baubles because it'll look amazing. And she was doing the show. There should be one in there somewhere, or in the box. Yeah, there's some in there. I don't know if that's not that. That's something different. Let's have a look. We got one anyway. I probably gave them away, to be fair, knowing me. Can't see one. Never mind. Don't matter. Don't worry about it. Don't matter. Both rummaging through now. Look, I found the lead for me heat glue gun. To give up. Will you pass me one of the baubles, please? That's in there. I can see those from here. So you do that, and then you just start to build up. So you can start to create your own jewellery. But look how fabulous it looks on there. Look at that. So Amanda hung it. Then put the gel on and just let it run. So put something underneath it to collect that gel back, and then just sprinkled it with the crystal and coloured some of it. How fabulous is that? Imagine those on your trees with your little Santa's little helpers inside and a little scene. How cute is that going to be? If you got the little wooden, you know, the little wood slices, the tiny ones, you could build like a whole little stairway and have the little helpers going up to the houses. Isn't that fabulous? I love it on baubles. I think they're great. So then you can literally just glue these together. So let's do that. I'm sorry, I've got to use this horrible manky glue gun. Well, we see when you've had a kit and caboodle glue gun, you don't want to go back. That's the problem, because they're really good. Not like this thing. Oh gosh, I don't even know if I get enough glue out of that. I think most of it's on the table, to be fair. There we are. That's better. That's one. Yes. So you can see now with the crystal inside. Look how lovely that is. And that means you can use it for your jewellery making. Look how pretty that is in the middle. Isn't it stunning? And it's different to everything else that's out there. I love that about it. But super easy. You know, if you walked along, if I'd stopped in Frankfurt, and it would have stopped me in my tracks, because I love this product. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I'd have thought, yeah, you've got to have a load of skill to be able to do that. I don't need any at all. It's great, isn't it? I love it. Oh, I ain't got very long. Are we going to draw a winner?
Yeah.
We need to draw a winner. I don't want to stick that on there because I don't want to build it up a bit more. Let's stick that on there and then you can... Mary Penfold Davis. What is she winning, please, Amber?
200 points.
200 points. Oh, that's a new name as well, I think.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Oh, no. If you're new, let us know. And if you are new, before you shop with us, please go and open an account because you'll get your discount, club member discount, and it's free to join. Right, we'll keep an eye out for a message from us, my lovely, please, and we'll get those points added to your account. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you get points for every £1 that you spend here at Highlight Crafts. It's good, isn't it? Now look how pretty that is. If I put that, excuse my pinny, just there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Lovely, isn't it? Give it a go. Honestly, for $14.99 for the mat, the tools, and the sheet of the flowers, that, my friends, is an amazing deal. Please don't miss out on that. Right, tomorrow I will be doing scan and cut. So anything that we launch, so Winterberry Lane, which is lovely, and Santa's Little Helpers, and Perfectly Portastic. Is that right?
It's poor.
I can't. See, you can't.
Positively perfect.
Positively
So, yeah.
perfect. I'm going to struggle with that tomorrow. Then we're going to do demos. We'll do different demos in each hour for you as well, so you get a little bit of education either on what you've bought, or maybe you're going to treat yourself because you didn't see it at the weekend. Both lovely, really lovely collections. And David's back in tomorrow, so he'll be doing his thing. And then on Wednesday, I'm gutted because I wanted the new show with him, the Rusty Patinas from Cadence, and Amanda's got it instead. Might have to just barge my way in uninvited. But anyway, that's what we're starting with tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, scan and cut. I will see you there. Have a lovely evening. Take care. See you soon.